on the other hand, Russia has said that it is not planning to attack NATO, as it was the alliance that was aggravating tensions. Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Maria Zakharova was referring to a NATO summit declaration that said Russia remains the most significant and direct threat to the allies' security. This is what she said. Listen in.
The second point that I would like to draw your attention to is that the final declaration that was adopted at the NATO summit in Washington, which was held from July 9th to 11th, Russia was once again called a threat to the group, a direct quote in all operating environments for long-term perspective. This is not so. Russia is not preparing to attack NATO. The North Atlantic Alliance is following the path of escalating tensions constantly. They're pushing. They're endlessly mentioning Russia and its capacity from document to document.
Now, Western leaders have repeatedly said that Russian President Vladimir Putin will order his military to go further and attack NATO countries in Central and Eastern Europe if he is not stopped in Ukraine. Meanwhile, Putin met with the Moscow-installed governor of the Zaporizhia region in Kremlin. During the meeting, he told the governor that the main focus in Zaporizhia was the security of the nuclear power plant. Putin accused Ukraine of conducting strikes against the nuclear plant. He adds that a lack of attention from this, in fact, from the forces that support Ukraine, is a big mistake on their part.
The key factor is the maintaining of security of the entire region and people. We will do this. We will manage it without a doubt. I see the things that need to be addressed that are connected to the security. First of all, this is the security of the Zaporizhia nuclear power plant. The fact that the enemy is conducting direct strikes on the plant requires special attention from our side, and unfortunately does not draw attention from those forces that support the Kyiv regime today. This is their big mistake, and we will remember this and talk about this many times.
Now, the attack took place earlier this month when, and this is according to Russian officials, a Ukrainian drone attack injured 8 workers from the Russian-controlled Zaporizhia nuclear power plant and left a nearby town largely without power and water. Earlier, the UN General Assembly adopted a resolution that demanded that Russia to immediately cease its aggression against Ukraine and urgently withdraw its military and other unauthorized personnel from the Zaporizhia nuclear power plant. The 193-member UN General Assembly adopted the resolution with 99 votes in favor, 9 against and 60 abstentions. Meanwhile, the Pentagon said that amid tensions over the war in Ukraine, U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin and Russian Defense Minister Andrei Belousov spoke for a second time in just over 2 weeks.
Separately, this morning, Secretary Austin also spoke by phone with Russian Minister of Defense Andrei Belousov. During the call, the Secretary emphasized the importance of maintaining lines of communication amid Russia's ongoing war against Ukraine. The last time Secretary Austin spoke with his Russian counterpart was on June 25th, 2024, and later today a brief readout of the call will be posted to defense.gov.
Now, the Russian Defense Ministry said that the two held a phone call where they discussed lowering the risk of possible escalation. Now, the call, which was initiated by Moscow, comes as tensions between the two sides flare over Washington's plans to deploy long-range missiles in Germany, a decision the Kremlin warned could spell a return to Cold War-style confrontation. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.